Thank you, Jed, down there with the window table. Excellent. We're going back into the four-way now in the FS. We've got round 7 and Monaco in the tunnel. Thanks very much, Domi, there. Your excellent insights into the dynamic four-way we've just been seeing. Time for a bit of lunch now for you. Kurt Gable has joined us back in the studio from Sunpath Products National Skydiving League, paying close attention to what's going on and the moves and the shakes and the twists and the turns in all the four-way action. Round 7, Kurt.
Hi, Regan.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, we really see that people are watching now from all over. Like Katie Woods came back to us. She's sitting in front, glued to the computer. Hi, Katie again.
Hi, Katie. Said she needs to get some sleep. We need to.
We are not the only one who we are missing here. Anyhow, yeah, back to four-way, and gosh, it's getting more and more exciting the closer we get towards the end of the round. And now we have round 2, which is one of the fastest rounds in the competition draw.
What is a draw? What have we got?
It's a one block number 2 and 3 randoms, 2 HPD or something. I don't know the exact, but it's a fast round. And if Hayabusa can make up some of the distance they have to, yes, it's not much, but then it will be this round here. That's what they love, the fast rounds. And we have Dennis Prater in the points, but look at him.
Yeah.
He is the most incredible front. I mean, there have been many good point flyers, but he is incredible. And it is Dennis Prater against Niklas Hemlen. So whoever gets the most out of block 2, and he flies like almost halfway around the flight chamber there to help the piece. And it is a good round so far for Hayabusa. So here's an opportunity for them to pick up a few points and tie Hayabusa airspeed in this round. And it was a good round for Hayabusa. Now we will see how Arizona airspeed is dealing with that. So once again, I'm sure they are prepared for that. They are just excellent in all areas now. So Hayabusa's advantage on the faster rounds may not really be there any longer, but who knows? This was Hayabusa. It was a very good round. And here's Thunder, had also a very good opening round today, because they are in a battle. They are involved in a really tight battle with several teams for, believe it or not, for the 10th place. So one of the, the tightest battle here at the Clash of Champions is actually for making it to the top 10. And there are 11 teams right now, separated probably by like 11 teams who want to be on the top 10, and like 4 or 5 teams who are separated by 1 point or so for the 10th spot. Thunder's one of them.
Yeah.
They were in 11th, but now they made up a few 1 or 2 points on round 5, and they are actually now in 8th slot position. They had a good round too, so they probably learned from Hayabusa. They are 8-way partners, being good in the fast rounds.
And what about this fight for the death at the end? This extra round that we're going to do, this random round.
Well, I do look forward to that.
Yeah.
I got this information very late. I saw that. I mean, it's a great idea. Is it for money too?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know what the prize is yet. We'll have to find out from Pete Allen what they.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be with it being Dubai.
Because we don't see that any. Such a super sequence, we call it, doesn't. Is not being drawn very often, and. It is really, a big challenge for a team. It's very fast, of course, and we'll see scores in the 50s, 60s here probably, if it's a relatively easier random sequence. So yeah, it's a great idea. I look forward to it. I think it should not be in a normal competition draw unless it comes out of the hat. But putting this in as an 11th round, just as a show or demo or stuff, wonderful idea.
Gives it a lot of excitement. We've still got Jed Parker down on the floor of the tunnel. He's going to be getting some more reaction from these teams as they come out with the AAA. When we get down to the AA and the A, I'm going to go downstairs as well and speak to some of these teams that you don't see much of worldwide. I'll be chatting with them. But in the meantime, Jed Parker is standing by to catch some action. Are you with anybody right now, Jed, or do we need to wait for you to catch up with somebody? He's probably just taking his slot right now. That's his team.
It's so good to see Jed here. No, although I have to say, when I saw him chat with David Growls yesterday, I was a little bit worried, what he is having in his mind. I remember the hostage crisis in Bedford.
I don't think we're having anything like that over here.
Well, who knows? With Jed, you never know. He has something in the back of his mind, I have no doubt. So good to have him here. So now that's the second Dubai team here, I guess, right now.
The gold.
The gold team.
Yes.
And we talked about them now earlier already, how impressive they have been performing. We just saw an interesting thing on block 2. For block 2 it's one of the easier blocks in the dive pool. But it has its tricks, like there again, the piece is beginning too early. That was a penalty right there. If the piece is complete and they begin already their move, sometimes it puts the point in a very difficult position because he's chasing that grip, that right-hand grip, to build the piece, and that's probably a matter of a little inexperience there. The piece has to wait until the single flyer is on. So there's each block, even the easier ones, they have their little tricks and stuff that you need to know, and that's one of them in block 2. We see that probably, we'll see that again in a situation that the piece is anticipating that backwards rotation.
And Jed's down there at the tunnel. Jed, who are you with?
Yes, I am. I've got the guys here. I've got Craig, Gerard. That looked like a good round for you. How was that?
Better than before.
Better than before. Well, it's looking good from out here. Craig, how are they doing? How are the guys getting along?
First, they get along great. They're like brothers, and but they're also skydiving very, very well in both the 4-way and the 8-way.
So you must be so proud of them.
I'm okay.
He's getting emotional here. Isn't this such a wonderful competition? My first time here in Dubai, Inflight Dubai. Isn't it fantastic? They're putting on a great show.
They put on a show like nobody else puts on a show. And for all the guys that have been to the World Championships and any event that Skydiving Dubai puts on, it's not at this level. It's the ultimate level. Yeah.
Talking of levels, the experience in this competition is so high. How is it to be with all of these guys? How is this competition for you?
The competition is great for us, and these guys, they are doing really great job.
Yeah, we really enjoy it. Please enjoy the rest of the competition. Thanks for your time, Craig, and we'll chat to you guys later on.
Thanks
Happy
very
days.
much. Thanks very much, Jed, down there on the floor. 10-9. Kurt, back in the wind.
Yeah, Craig Gerard, a legend in the sport, was just integrated in the Hall of Fame in the US. What a guy. He also said something, or actually Jed brought it up, a very interesting thing. This is a unique event. It's a historic event. There has never been. I've been doing this now for like 35 years or so. 4-way, watching this, doing this, and this event. It's the top event of all events that I've seen ever since I started skydiving. This is the best of the best. The scoreboard is incredible.
Yeah.
The top span. You have a hard time to make the top 10 with a 26 average. It will be at the end.
Incredible, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what we see here is really legendary. It's a historic event, and I'm very, very happy and glad, and that I can witness that. Tinanin is done already. Sorry, we didn't want to ignore you, Marcial and Marco, but I had to throw this out. It's a fantastic event on a level that has never been seen before.
So it is round 7. We're a quarter of the way through the AAAs, and here are the 8-way champions doing a bit of 4-way for us, Kurt.
Yeah, and now we will see the opposite. Now they're not going to build right-hand donuts. They're going to build left-hand donuts and turn it the other way around, the typical French thing again, because they have that right-hand pattern.
Yeah.
Because their main jump plane in France is a Pilatus Porter, and that's where it comes from, a right-hand door. When they jump left-hand doors, which they have to do, of course, when they go to the world meets and so forth, there's left-hand twin outer doors. So they have to change the whole system. So for the front, the point is not going forward out as it is for the left-hand patterns. He's floating, and the tail, who is usually floating, is going forward. So they have a pretty major adjustments to make. And we just see here in the tunnel, we don't see that from the door, but we see that they have a different pattern. They turn left when others turn right, and the other way around.
Yeah.
Gavroche done with their job. They are actually the team in 11th place at the moment, struggling to make the top 10 now that Thunder has just taken away there. So it's a race. I'm looking at this race always like, we have Airspeed and Hayabusa on the top, of course, and then We have and WMB, of course, also, and then we have the Golden Knights behind that, separating themselves a little bit from the other teams. And here's the next tier then, which brings together like 6 teams, and that's the Qatar Tigers. And they are, I don't know where they are right now, but they are deeply into this big battle, therefore, between the teams to make it to the top 10 or stay within the top 10.
Let's have a look at our Tigers after round 5. Well, they are, let's have a look, just try and find them here.
Let's take a look. They're
6.
They're in 6th place, so they have a total of 132 points.
Yeah.
And the 10th position is actually are they tied there?
Thunder with 1-3.
Yeah, so 130. It's a matter of like 2 points, like 5 teams or so are separated by 2 points, and it's all about just to end up in 10th place.
Yes.
With a 26 average or so.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely. It has never been been there before. Now we're coming to the Russian teams here now. The Infringers. What a name.
Infringers.
Infringers. We know that. I mean, probably the four-way experts in the audience knows that a penalty in the formation skydiving competition terminology. A bust is not a bust, it's an infringement.
An infringement, yes.
It's an infringement. And here we have the infringers. I would like to see their score sheet actually, see if there are any infringements on the Russian. There's one, we just saw one. So they have some infringements, the infringers from Russia.
Well, we're just halfway through the AAA pack, Kerr, and we've got the AA and the single A coming up next. I'm going to nip down to the tunnel floor and catch some reactions from these intermediate and these rookie teams, and let Jed go and have himself some look. So, Kurt, it's all over
to you. Okay, we continue here with the AAA. They are still, the top. Several of the top teams are still coming. Right now we are in the midfield there. The bad boys are back in the chamber. Let's see how they are mastering the block 2. They are experienced enough, so they will know this. Actually, David Growls has been coaching them. Thanks, Regan. I got the scoreboard back here, so I can see actually exactly what is going on. And the scores that I'm actually relating to here are the scores after round 5. We have not seen yet the scores for round 6, which has been completed, I think, already by now. That was the technical round with block 18 in there, and we're already at in round 7. So all that was after round 5, but round 6 will probably not have changed much, because it was a more technical round, which usually do not allow big changes on the leaderboard. The fast rounds are bringing the changes, and we're still waiting for. There's Jet, so I'm gonna hold off for a little while here.
For you.
That looks good, but judges will.
Yeah, we'll see what the judges have to say. I understand now that you've got David coaching you now.
Yeah.
How?
We appreciate it very well. It's two things, because we can't discuss with the world champions. And the second thing, he really care about us.
And how long has he been supporting you? How long have you had David now coaching?
We start last year on the autumn. That's more than 1 year.
And obviously making a big difference to your performance, to all of you.
Yeah, I mean that we make a very big step, 5 points up.
Is there anything you'd like to say to anybody back home very quickly while we have a moment? Would you like to say anything to anybody back home?
We like this competition, and it's like warm as on Dubai.
There we go, Kurt. That's Jan Klapka enjoying this wonderful competition here at Inflight Dubai.
Thanks, Jed. Hi, Jan. Well, did you, if you heard how breathless he was at the beginning, guys? It is physical in there. It's not a walk in the park when people come out of the chamber and they are exhausted to a certain extent. It's very physical, you know. Like Solly Williams confirmed that yesterday too when we talked about this. You know, it's becoming even more physical, and you have to be in a at least a reasonable physical shape. And yeah, you know, you're breathless for a little bit, and you have to catch up. Once you know, here's airspeed with that fast round that we just saw Hayabusa doing, and as we thought, Niklas is cutting about half of the distance probably that Dennis is covering, but airspeed is in great shape. You know, that's I don't think there is a big difference from what I see between the pace that Hayabusa was going. Airspeed is again prepared for everything, and so chances that they will catch up a lot here in this round are very little, but maybe a point or two, and the judges will show us that. Hopefully very soon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have airspeed here. Arizona, come on over, gents. You're putting on an absolutely fantastic, wonderful competition. How are you enjoying it so far?
We're enjoying it a lot, and we're exhausted. Putting it all on the line, and I'm really enjoying this competition with my team. So,
is this what you thought it would be? Is this the sort of competition that you thought it was going to happen?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we're impressed by the facility, impressed by the way they're running things, and we're also impressed by the people that are right behind us, challenging us.
Is there anybody you'd like to say hello to? Anybody you'd like to say thank you to? Any support, etc. back home?
Yeah, I mean, we'd just like to say thank you to all our sponsors, obviously, all of our families, everybody who helps make us do or come here and make this possible for us. So thank you.
So how many more rounds have we got to go now?
3 to go.
3 to go. Are you excited?
Super.
We're excited back home. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you later on. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jed. That was, once again, I'll go back to what I just mentioned before when we heard Jan Krapka actually after this round. Now we heard Niklas Hemlin, a highly trained, very physical, you know, fit competitor. And even he was a little bit, you know, at the beginning. It's very normal, you know. It's not that those guys are not in good shape and, you know, that little skydiving is causing that. No, it's physical in there, and it takes your physical energy, and so afterwards breathing a little bit heavily is very normal. And now here comes the French girls with the new name. They are now Fly In, actually. That's the name of the wind tunnel, I believe. And I don't know which wind tunnel that is in France now. They have a lot of, and they are also like to go fast. So it's a good speed there, actually, going there. And they used to have a little advantage over the Golden Knights with the speed, at least with the previous lineups. That's a new lineup. We have Pamela Lisa Zhu in there now. Just a recent change that happened just a month ago or so. They have not trained much with that new lineup, but that was a very good round for them too. So now we will see how the Golden Knights will react to that. They should be up pretty soon. And I think we have a few other teams in between, but the Golden Knights have surely been watching that. But first we are seeing here, now who is that? Is that Ace? No. Which team do we have here? Anyhow, so Barguzi, no, thank you very much. So we're back to the former Russian 8-way world champions. They're actually in competition in the middle of the field at this point in time. We're in 12th place after round 5, and they are pretty safe where they are right now. Craig Girard, who we heard earlier with his black team, is the next one behind Barguzin, with Sergei Shenin and Vladimir Pavlenko, who actually also are still the reigning silver medalist in 8-way. I think they competed with Barkley last year at the World Meet in Prosteyov. There's a different team here in 8-way now for Russia at the Clash of Champions. They have the Tanai 8-way team here. And they are the Golden Knights. So now, pay attention, Kurt. This is this is now for the top scorers again. And we saw the French girls just a few minutes, fly in before. And here are the Golden Knights with the same fast sequence. There was a little flaw there. I wonder if the judges caught that. We'll see that. It would be one of the very few penalties or infringements that we have seen yet from the Golden Knights. But especially on a fast sequence, it can happen quite easily that there is an open grip or a sliding grip or anything that the judges can hardly see it. Now we see the faces there again. That was Angela Nichols actually with her game face on, and it's always wonderful to be able to get that close up close and personal shot of the competitors that we usually see only from the eagle perspective on the videos, on the competition videos. And now we have Regan out there. Hey, Regan.
Hi, Kurt. Good job in the studio. I'm here with Golden Knights. Girls, you're absolutely ripping it up.
Yes. Gotta catch my breath. Hold on.
How much?
You get your breath back. Who's got the breath back already?
Okay.
Who can speak to me? You got your breath? You're okay to speak? All right. I mean, you did the Prague meet. You've flown directly to the States for the US Nationals. Been a great year for you.
It's been an excellent year. We're very excited.
And
That well.
how are you finding this competition so far here today?
It's definitely a challenge. It's fun to have more of the top teams here to see where we would fit in. And yeah, we're competing against ourselves, and we're just having a great time.
Are you aware of the scores, or are you not looking at the scores?
No, we're aware of the scores. We've been looking at them, so we know what's happening.
Golden Knights girls, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Back to the studio.
And there we have one of the Academy teams again, Academy numéro 1, which is the AAA class team of the French delegation. Interesting to see actually, now they have this left-hand donor too. So even they have never jumped from planes, of course, and it will take a little while until they will, but they are still being trained with that French right-hand pattern, and of course, how can they not? Because that's what the French top competitors are doing and are used to, so that's what they're coaching. But again, they don't have the same reason why they're having their right-hand pattern. It's just from the coaching and not because they're jumping from right-hand doors. There's ACM, again with Aaron Faith, former Satori member, who is coaching the Bahrain team in the area. He lives here now, and he's filling in for ACM, who are here with a different lineup, not the one that they had planned to train and compete with this year. They had some changes there, and Aaron is filling in. They are actually in 16th place at the moment. One of the better British teams, and coming to the Clash of Champions and competing in 16th place. Interesting, and once again, due to the high quality field that we have here in Dubai. Next is the next Dubai team, I think, again with Alyona Chistova, former Russian national competitor in 4-way and in 8-way. And the Dubai Red team is the third 4-way team. We are used to having two Dubai 4-way teams under Craig's and Iliana's tutelage. And they have the Dubai ladies, of course, which are under the guidance of Alyona. But here's a new team, a third team in the open class competition, ASA Red, and they are trying to build all the time bring new competitors and Emiratis into the sport, because that's their job, to increase and popularize actually formation skydiving competition in the country here. And they are successful with that. It's difficult, I mentioned that earlier, because personnel changes are coming all the time for different reasons. But there is a new team that was Dubai ASA Red. And there is Alyona. She is coaching and flying now with the third lineup. She's coaching the female lineup, the 4-way women lineup. And I think we are now at VMB Lille, the team in third place, who are still keeping up with Hayabusa and Airspeed. Let's see what they're picking. Well, they're lucky actually, because the French competitors using the right-hand pattern, but Roy Jansen, former actually reigning Hayabusa world champion, is also used to that right-hand pattern, because Hayabusa has been doing this. Well, we just saw another situation with block 2 there. There was another penalty. The the P started that move a little bit too early before the single flyer had completed. And we remember that situation in 2012 in Dubai when Dennis Praet missed that one little grip by an inch or two in the last round, and that point that they lost in the 35th or 34th second cost them a jump off with airspeed